Hello everyone and welcome back to Literature with Sasha. If you are passionate about literature and the art of writing, you are in the right place. Today we are diving deep into one of the most essential skills of any literary student, writing a successful thesis. Whether you are just starting or already working on your thesis, this video will guide you through each step. From choosing the perfect topic to crafting a compelling argument. So grab your notes and let's unlock the secret to a top notch thesis together. Let's get started. Introduction. Thesis writing in English literature refers to the process of researching, analyzing, and presenting a focused, well spotted argument or interpretation about a literary topic. It is an in depth academic project typically undertaken by students at the graduate level that demonstrates their ability to critically engage with their literary text, apply relevant literary theories, and contribute original insight to the field. A thesis in English literature typically includes a clear thesis statement, extensive literary review, textual analysis, and critical arguments, all organized into coherent chapters that collectively support the central claim or research question. The ultimate goal is to contribute to academic discourse by offering a unique perspective or new findings in the study of literature. Here's a more detailed step by step breakdown of each part of the thesis writing process with additional insights to help you navigate to complexities of writing a thesis in English literature. Number 1. Choosing a topic. Exploration of interest. The process of selecting a topic should begin with exploring areas of personal interest within English literature. You might consider literary genre, for example, poetry, drama, fiction, historical periods, for example, romanticism, modernism, literary movement, for example, postcolonialism, feminism, or specific authors like Virginia Woolf, James Joyce. Importance of originality. While it is important to choose a topic that resonates with you, the topic should also offer an original perspective. Refrain from overused topics unless you have a novel approach. Originality might involve new interpretations, a fresh theoretical framework, or even applying new methods of analysis. Feasibility. Access whether the topic has enough existing scholarly material for research. Check database like bibliography and Google Scholars to ensure there is a sufficient research material to support your thesis. Number 2. Formulating a thesis statement. Purpose of a thesis statement. This is the main claim or argument of your paper. It serves as the foundation of your thesis. Everything you write should point back to this central argument. Formulating a debatable thesis. Avoid a thesis that is simply a statement of fact. A thesis like Shakespeare wrote Hamlet is factual and non debatable. A stronger thesis would be Shakespeare's Hamlet explored the complex relationship between power and madness, offering a critique of political corruption. Clear focus. Your thesis statement should guide your research and structure. A thesis with a broad scope can be overwhelming to address comprehensively, so refine it to a manageable scope. For example, rather than exploring Victorian literature, considered focusing on the representation of women in Victorian novels and its critique of gender norms. Number 3. Literature review. Purpose of literature review. This section suits your research within the context of what other scholars have argued. It should not just summarize existing literature but engage critically with it, identify trend, database, and gap in the existing research. Key elements to cover: theoretical frameworks, database in the field, gap in research. Theoretical frameworks, if using a specific lens, for psychoanalytics, Marxist, feminist, explain how this framework has been applied in research. Database in the field, identify and discuss key database among scholars. For instance, you might look at contrasting views on how a certain author's work reflects political ideologies. Gap in research, show how your thesis addresses a gap or brings new insight. For instance, if previous studies have only analyzed the text from a feminist perspective, you might want to incorporate a post colonial lens to offer a different reading. Number 4. Research and data collection. Primary text. These are the novels, poems, plays, and other works that you will analyze. Close reading of these texts is essential as it forms the basis of your argument. Secondary texts these include critical essays, books, journals, articles, interviews, and commentaries. Secondary sources will provide context and perspective and help to support or challenge your thesis. Methodologies for research decide early on what kind of research methodology you will see use. Methodology for research decide early on what kind of research methodology you will use. For example, a close reading of a single text, a comparison of text, or a historical approach that examines how a text fit into historical context. Taking notes and organizing information. As you research, keep detailed notes on relevant sources. This will help you track your ideas and sources and will be invaluable when writing your thesis. Number 5. Writing the introduction. Provide context. The introduction should briefly explain the background of your topic and the relevance of your research. This sets the stage of your thesis and explains why your research is important in the broader field of English literature. Research question. Clearly state the research question your thesis addresses. This question will guide the direction of your research and writing. For instance, how does Charles Dickens critique industrialization in hard times? Thesis statement. The thesis statement should be placed toward the end of the introduction. This statement should be clear, concise, and bold, outlining what you aim to prove in your thesis. Outline of methodology. A brief explanation of how you plan to approach your research. If you examine themes in the text, mention which literary theory you will employ to interpret the text. For example, feminist theory, Marxist theory, etc. Helping the argument body chapter clear organization. Each chapter should represent a different aspects of your argument. For instance, if you are writing about the portrayal of women in 19th century literature, one chapter might focus on female protagonists in Victorian novels, while other chapter explore social context and gender roles. Topic, sentence, and structure. Each paragraph should start with a clear topic sentence that indicates the paragraph main point. The following sentence should support this point with evidence analysis and examples. Incorporating evidence. When analyzing the primary text, use specific quotes to support your argument. Analyze these quotes in depth, explaining their significance and how they support your thesis. Use of literary theories. If using literary theories, introduce them clearly. For example, if using Marxist theory, explain how it can be applied to understand class relation in a novel. Don't simply apply theory to a text without explaining how it illuminates specific aspects of the text. Connections between sections. Each section or chapter should connect it back to the thesis. Make sure transition between ideas are smooth so the reader can follow your argument logically from one point to the next. Number 7. Conclusion. Summarize key findings. The conclusion should be restate the central argument of the thesis and briefly summarize the points made in each chapter. Reaffirms the thesis. This conclusion reinforces the thesis statements by showing how your findings have contributed to answering the research question. It should not introduce new arguments or evidence. Future research suggests areas where future research could be conducted. This could be related to texts you could not explore or theoretical approaches that could enhance the understanding of your topic. Number 8. References and citations. Consistent citation style. Use the MLA citation style for English literature unless otherwise instructed. This includes in-text citation, for example, Shakespeare 1, 2, 3, and a work cited page. Proper formatting. Follow MLA formatting rules for spacing, margins, font size, and pagination. Ensure that your thesis is professionally presented. Bibliography. Include all the sources you have cited or referenced in your thesis, even if you have not directly quoted them. Number 9. Editing and proofreading. Clarity and structure. After completing your first draft, reread your work for clarity. Ensure that your argument is coherent and each section flows logically into the next. Make sure that each paragraph contributed to the thesis. Grammar and syntax. Check for any grammar mistakes, awkwardness, phrasing, or Typographical errors. Reading your thesis aloud can help catching mistakes you might miss. Consistency and formatting. Double check the consistency of your writing. Ensure that use the tense, voice, and point of view is uniform throughout the paper. Formatting, front, heading, margins should ahead of your institution guidelines. Number 10. Final submission. Review the guidelines. Before submitting, make sure you follow all the requirements outlined by your institution, including page count, formatting, and submission methods. Peer review. Consider asking a peer or advisor to read your work before submission. They can provide feedback on clarity, argument strength, and overall structure. Prepare for a defense if applicable. Some institutions may require you to defend your thesis orally. Be prepared to discuss your methodology, major findings, and the implication of your research. Conclusion. By following these steps in detail, you will be well equipped to craft a comprehensive and well argued thesis in English literature. Each stage builds upon the other, and while it can be a challenging process, it also offers an opportunity to make a significant contribution to literary scholarship. Thanks for watching Literature with Sasha. I hope this guide on thesis writing helped you feel more confident in tackling your own literary projects. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more literary insights. And if you have any questions or topics you would like me to cover, drop them in the comments below. Remember, writing a thesis is a journey and you are not alone. Keep pushing forward, and I will see you in the next one.